Hi guys, my name is Mark and today you get an all-performance review of the new RAZER Huntsman V2 TKL. Let's go! My cameraman right now explained me my job. He said, don't you want to say which switch it's in there? I said, hey, I do it after. I mean, it's only introduction. It's the red switch version, guys. Red switches. If you saw the first review already, you know this one. That's the most RSMR optical keyboard I've ever had. Thanks. I wouldn't recommend anyone to buy this one, cause okay, if you are real in love with tactile and with the sound, please buy it. You will love it. Feeling is awesome. It's very tactile and it's very clicky. But for me, as a normal person and a person who's using open headphones, it's kind of unplayable because I always hear the click, and sometimes I also was believing the click was the enemy standing right beside me. So I will not play it again. And people on my Twitch really did not enjoy the keyboard over 12 hours. At the night and evening next day they told me, please never play again this keyboard live on stream. Thank you, TheWhale. And I said, okay guys, no problem. I play my Huntsman Mini with the red V2 switches again. That's basically the first RAZER Huntsman and the first RAZER keyboard I've ever had. It's the Mini of the first version, but with the V2 switches. I think they updated the Mini because there were a lot of problems with the V1 switches. Pretty decent board. I still play it because out of some reasons I will explain you now in the video. As I said already, the first video of the purple is basically everything around it, all about the tech and all the stuff about the wrist rest, the box, blah blah blah. You can watch it if you want to go more in detail. I will now give you a short version for the red one, which is for me the most important one of the both TKL versions, because it's the linear one with the linear red switches, non-tactile, non-clicky, which has an actuation point of 1.2 millimeters with a lot of nice features. But let's start with the form again. If you compare it to the old one, the new one is a little bit flatter, only a mühe, like it's a milli. It's not much, but it's a little bit flatter. The new one still has the plastic housing. It still has the metal finish. It has red switches everywhere, really everywhere. It has new, better double shot PBT keycaps. I talk about this in the purple review a lot. And it has a foam between the metal plate and the PCB. Or the spacer inside the spacer that is absorbing the sound for you, which makes it a little bit more silent. I will show you now. Maybe you were able to hear, but the old without the form, so without the sound damping is a little bit louder, but only a little. Maybe for some people they will not even notice. So what's new here is that the new TKL compared to the old TKL Huntsman has the new V2 switches, which basically already were in the old Mini, but now they're also in the TKL. And besides the TKL version, also get some more upgrades, which I will talk later about. But let's first come to the red switches. They are very good, very silent, very smooth. They have an awesome feeling. They have a stabilizer. The build-up is very nice. They have a very nice technique. You have a full TKL format. It's full RGB. North mount is RGB. Everything you want. I already explained a lot of it in the review for the purple one. I just talk about the build-up of the switch now. The build-up is very easy. The switch works like this. Here is a sender, here's a receiver of light. This one sends to the receiver. Here is like a plastic, which is the switch itself moving. When you push down the switch, the hole in the plastic will be moving, will move down, and when the hole is on a specified point, which is 1.2 millimeter, the light can pass through the hole to the receiver. That's the point where the signal gets sent over to the PCB, and the PCB sends it out with the Schusen polling rate to or on the chosen polling rate to your USB port and to your PC. That's a pretty good system. Why is it a pretty good system? Compared to a mechanical switch, which has basically debounce times from 2 to 8 milliseconds, and compared to a Hall effect switch, which is like the Leica switch or the one in the Steel series, which has 0.7 milliseconds in general for responding, so as latency. This switch here has a typical time of 0.25 milliseconds, which enables you to play polling rates above 1000 Hertz. Is this good? Yes. Will you need it? Yes. Why you will need it? Cause display's getting faster, Hertz getting higher, FPS getting more. And with more Hertz, you need more input on a higher rate, on a more steady rate, to send your signal of your movement or of your thing you want to do from the keyboard at the end of the last frame, before the new frame comes, so the information is already synced for the next frame coming onto your screen. Means you want to go forward on what you see, and if the polling rate is too low for 360 or 390 Hertz, for example, and you have enough FPS and your system latency and response is good enough, you will miss the FPS, because out of the 1.2 milliseconds you have in general, so the time on the polling rate on 1000 Hertz, you will miss the frame by Hertz because you are too slow. And I ask yourself, but why am I too slow? Because the faster the displays get, 360, 390, 480 next year, the more Hertz you need. For 360, you minimum need 2000, better 4000 Hertz to be on the right spot, to have the best point and the best timing for your movement with the mouse and with the keyboard. And that's why I think RAZER made the right move to the right time, before everyone wants to hop on the 2, 4 and 8000 Hertz game. They already done it with the mouse, and they doing it now with the keyboard, and it's very good, and you will need it, guys, believe me. So that's all about the keyboard. It's very good, it's nice, super smooth, linear, very nice. I come to the first thing now, and I really want to talk about this. That's basically the software. I will pull in the cable now. Oh, sorry. So as you can see, RGB is on, north mounted RGB, and you see I already set a mode. It recognized my keyboard, and it directly switched from type to gaming. I explained the modes here very short. Just like gaming mode, everybody knows Windows is not working. You can exclude Alt Tab and all the stuff. Then they have typing and gaming. Typing adds a debounce like you have on mechanical switches, so it avoids double or triple sending a signal when you press A or B or whatever when you use it like for your emails. And then there's the gaming mode, which makes the debounce to 0, which is basically preferred for gaming in general. You can choose between 125, 250, 500, 1000, 2000, 4000, 8000 Hertz. Which one you should choose is minimum 4000, because 4000 is very close to the general delay time of the switches, to the 0.25 milliseconds the switches have in common. But I would choose 8000 because it gives you some more resources and it's better to sync for the Hertz and the FPS I told you about before. So that's okay. It works super. It works on Apex. There's no problems with frame drops or spike in the latency. Basically everything works very well. The only game which might get problems is Sears Source, as much as I know, because it's kind of old school engine, old school game, and they also struggle, for example, with 2000 Hertz mice. So be careful with the tested out. Some things which can help us overclock your CPU, clock all the cores to the same hertz, for example, to 4.5 gigahertz or whatever you're capable to do with your cooling. That could be a solution, but I don't guarantee you that this will work. Today I figured out a solution to play 8000 Hz with my mouse on Apex on 299 Hz, which I will show in another video later. So for now, everything is good, everything is working. It has a save option for 4 different macro setups you can choose. You can macro a lot with this keyboard, macro is there, so no problem. But one thing which is really annoying, I will start out now, is if you use RAZER and I open my process lasso, it shows me that RAZER is running like five things in the background of my systems. It's some hundred megabytes in general on system running, on the resources taking of my system. 5 things, 3 at administrator, and we know there was a problem with the administration level at RAZER software, which gave people the ability to come over the administrative level to your PC. So that's kind of fucked up for me, and I don't like it anyway. The software is very big, it's 350 megabyte big, and honestly, there's another huge problem besides the software. You can't use this gaming typing mode or any of the polling rates besides 1000 Hz without the software. If you switch off the software, if you detach your keyboard and attach it somewhere else, there's still the standard settings loaded. Even if you set or reset or overwrite all profiles with one and the same profile, which is set to gaming and 8000 Hz, there's no EEPROM or memory on the board, on the keyboard, which will save this. There's no way you can run 8 or more than 1000 Hz with your favorite RGB without the software. And that's fucked, RAZER. Please change this shit. No one wants it. We don't want to use your oversized fucking blown up software. Please change this. Make this a competitive keyboard, because you've done and you've wanted to do a competitive keyboard with 8000 Hz for hardcore gamer and enthusiast product, and you've done really good. It's performing awesome, guys. It has very low latency, super switches, feels awesome, everything is nice. But this shit, the software is crap. The guy who made it, here look, my mouse jumps in the software. You see the cursor? It's a 5950X UC3090 graphics card, and the cursor is jumping in the software. I close the software now. Here, the cursor needs some time. Now it's working fine again. What kind of software is this, guys? Can you explain me, please? What is this? And when I switch this off, I just switch everything off now. It goes back to normal, and it's back to 1000 Hz now. And to typing mode. I just switched off the software. It's still on the PC. And some process is still running in the background, but there's no of the advanced functionalities. Now it's back to a 60 euro keyboard. What the fuck is this, RAZER? Please change this. Do a standalone software, or do a fucking memory on the keyboard to save one profile forever on the keyboard to uninstall your blown up crappy software. So guys, that's it for now. If you want to see more tech or more information about 8K Hz or whatever, check the review of the purple one. It's way more extended, up to 30 minutes. That's it for now today. If you have any question, put it down in the comments below. I'm your man, Mark on the mic. See you on the next video. Bye guys.